Today, I decided that I should slick back my hair because it only felt appropriate for the context of the video. I like to consider myself a student of the game, someone who just tries to research it as much as I can and learn things regularly. And every offseason, I do a decent amount of deep diving into stuff, watching old games just because I get tired of watching no basketball. But as time has gone on, and specifically this offseason, I've dived into it like crazy. There is a project I'm working on related to it, but because of that project, I have been looking a ton into the 1980s, and obviously a lot of that is looking at the Showtime Lakers, Pat Riley being the head coach for 4 of those titles. And coincidentally, not only am I doing this research and learning a ton about Pat Riley, but then also there's this show called Winning Time that I have never actually watched. Since I was covering the subject, it interests me, so I checked it out, and it's probably one of my favorite shows ever. Season 2 is not even done yet. It's like 2 episodes ago, I think, it was the crowning moment of Pat Riley's career. Not like the best, but like when he first got to get the keys to the ship, become the head coach. I thought it was a little corny that in the show, obviously it's a dramatization and it's not based entirely on true events. There's a lot of stuff where it gets really liberal with its use of stretching the truth. Literally, as though he decided to have a new look for this new character arc, he slicks back his hair right before becoming head coach. Then I look into it, I see a game that was one of Pat Riley's first games as the head coach, and that's what happened. He was Paul Westhead's assistant with the hair that he had, and then he became the head coach and he brought out this whole new look. Obviously, as I said, the show's a dramatization, but that has really bolstered my interest in Pat Riley a ton, and I've just been researching his career like crazy as a result. If there's anything that has really made me interested, it is just the ridiculous amounts of swagger and just overall dope energy that the guy has. He started wearing these Armani suits, which I didn't really look into the details of that much, but I imagine that was some sort of brand deal because it was very good advertisement for them, given how popular the Lakers were, to have the head coach of the Lakers wearing their suits. And it was a fashion show every game, which of course I think is very well suited to the atmosphere of the Showtime Lakers to bring that to the table as a coach. Hello everybody, welcome to Awesome Rusty Buckets. If you end up enjoying this video, then please be sure to give it a like. That really helps it do better in the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe for a video every single day. I know I've always said that was the schedule, but we're on a streak lately and I don't intend on ending it. So with that said, learning more about his not the flashy aspects of him, but why he proved to be such an excellent winner, not throughout his career as a player, but his career after the fact. First of all, it's really interesting how he even got his career in the first place. For those of you who don't know, I guess this could kind of be a spoiler for Winning Time, but it's also just history. I don't know what to tell you. If you want to skip it, you can. First, they hire Jack McKinney. Jack McKinney kind of creates the Showtime Lakers offense. At least that's the way that people say that's the case. Who's to say 100%? He gets in a bike accident that puts him in a coma, and that results in his assistant head coach, Paul Westhead, becoming the head coach. Paul Westhead only had that assistant job because of Jack McKinney's request. I'm pretty sure the Lakers were apprehensive to that because he had no experience, and he was a college professor, I believe, an English professor, teaching Shakespeare. So that's really weird. But then now he's head coach, and he takes the Lakers to a championship with assistant coach Pat Riley, who was previously the team's color commentator. He apparently wasn't doing that hot. So he just was around Paul Westhead. They became friends, and then Paul was like, hey, want to be my assistant? Then Paul Westhead gets himself fired because he and Magic Johnson had a very tumultuous relationship. Magic asked for a trade, and then immediately Paul Westhead got canned, and Pat Riley, who for all intents and purposes probably should have been fired as well, gets the head coaching job job and becomes one of the greatest coaches of all time. And he does this after, as a player, being somewhat of a failure. You know, he's still an NBA player who had a good couple of years in the league, so it's not like he was completely bad, but he never averaged like over 22 minutes, I think it was. He played for the Los Angeles Lakers, where he was a role player on the bench as he watched Jerry West and the Lakers get their ass handed to them by the Boston Celtics over and over and over again. It happened so many times. And I believe he won one ring as a player and then becomes head coach of the Lakers, wins 4 rings with them. Then his Showtime Lakers era is over. He goes to the Knicks for a while, can't win a ring because Michael Jordan. And then he goes to the Miami Heat, and with Dwayne Wade in 06 gets another championship as a head coach. Then decides he's a little too old to be dealing with the travel of coaching all the time, becomes executive of the Miami Heat, is instrumental in bringing LeBron James and Chris Bosh to that city. I almost said and Carmelo Anthony because my hot takes video was on my mind. But regardless, it's just such an interesting character arc to have been instrumental in the success of so many franchises from behind the scenes after failing as a player and getting there through such kind of a luck-based manner, but like the right person got lucky. That's the way that I would put it, is like, yeah, Pat Riley didn't really make sense that he got into the position that he did, but he did, and then he kicked fucking ass and became an absolute legend because of it. He probably assumed that it would be through his playing career, and he felt after the fact that it was like, damn, guess I missed my shot to be a basketball legend, but it turns out no, he was meant to be steering the ship from behind the scenes. In doing so, just if there's a Mount Rushmore of, technically he was a player, but like guys who did things in the executive and coaching area of things, he is on that Mount Rushmore 100% with like Red Auerbach as well, and like, I don't know, Greg Popovich maybe. Let's not get into this. Either way, Pat Riley is a really super interesting figure, and what really ultimately came to be the secret to success for him was communication. I remember I was watching an interview with him, and he said, "You can say fuck you to me, but I better learn something from it." And that's kind of the way that I've always gone about things. Me and Pat Riley are the same guy. Look at my hair. But that kind of mentality I do really respect, because if there's one thing I can't tolerate, it's someone who criticizes people who cannot take that criticism themselves. That's why I've always found coaches to be kind of annoying, shitty dudes, because so often they are that way. Pat Riley was happy to be criticized by his players, and he often would learn from them. Another story that I heard was about, I think this was in the same interview, they had lost, I don't remember what the context was specifically, but they had lost some big game, and Pat Riley was in his office after the game. Alonzo Mourning came in and said, "I know you're sad, coach, but you need to like come in here and be a coach and like talk to people." He felt like he learned something from him in that moment. And when you instill in an environment where everybody can criticize each other, with it being with a certain level of respect and understanding, and an understanding of a common goal, as long as we trust that we're working for the same thing, we can eventually achieve that goal. And that's what he did multiple times over. I just wanted to share that because this is basically my diary as a YouTube channel, my basketball diary, I guess. And Pat Riley has been on my mind quite a bit. So shout out to Rudy for editing this video, and goodbye.